If there was a book that you should read as a salesperson, entrepreneur, or small business owner, what would that book be? I'm Scott Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales, a perfect day to talk about small business, and a perfect day to talk about entrepreneurialism. So here's the thing. I have this book right here. It is Social Media Millions from Ryan Stewman. Now the cool thing about Ryan is he's actually the guy who's out there doing it. He's the guy who's actually closing the deals and making things happen. He's not like the person who has the fake jet or whatever's going on. Now, I do got to let you know that a couple months back, I flew out to Dallas. I learned a lot of this stuff live, so it was cool for me. Now, the good thing for you is a lot of the stuff that I was taught live is actually in this book. Now, I will tell you that I could see a mistake that some people would make by picking this book up and just reading it for pleasure. I would say that's a mistake because this is more of a take action type of a book. And if you're like, well, I'm going to take a couple hours and read it, you're going to miss out on some of the gems and some of the nuggets. Now, when we talk about social media, there's a lot of different types that are represented. You've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff is in here, LinkedIn, and it tells you how to use it. So I'm going to highlight a couple of chapters for you and a couple of the nuggets that I pulled from each chapter. So chapter 4, how I made $500,000 in sales from Facebook groups, from free Facebook groups. And then, the cool thing for you is every industry that's out there has some sort of person in that wants to be in a Facebook group, but like, how do you get them in? What do you do to keep them engaged? It's in here, it goes over it. So chapter 5 goes over that, how to not make sales from Facebook groups. There are a lot of people out there, and if you're in some of these groups, you see them and they're just spam stuff. Ryan goes over and tells you how to do this the right way to get engagement and actually help the conversation move forward. Chapter 8, you only got one shot to make a first impression, how to set up your Facebook page. Now, I was reading this and I realized that I had made a couple mistakes, and I put the book down and I made a couple of updates instantly because that's what you do, right? You implement as soon as you can. Chapter 10, the best way to post for Facebook to get comments. I see a lot of times where if I'm on the Facebook or I'm on social media, people just throw stuff out there and it's troll bait. They're just hoping that somebody says something. And if you're trying to get clients and you're trying to get business and you're trying to close deals, you have to know what I'm going to call the secret sauce to get people to engage with you. And if you do this wrong, you're going to create problems because you're not going to get engagement. People are going to get upset, or someone's going to look at it and be like, that's crazy. I'm just going to bounce off and I'm going to go over here. Chapter 12. So here's the cool thing. There's a bunch of formulas in this book, a bunch of step process in this book for you to do stuff. So 7 ways to make sales on social medias, even with only 500 followers. Ryan does a good job of outlining what you got to do to close some deals, even if you don't have a huge fan base, or even if you're just getting started. Chapter 14, 10 ways to generate mortgage leads quickly from social media. Now, chapter 14, or any title that says like what job description it is. So it's like 10 ways to generate mortgage leads. Well, whatever industry you're in, just like erase that and put your title, whatever it is, right? Do you sell solar? Do you sell cars? What is it that you do? Instead of looking like chapter 14, this doesn't apply to me and skipping it. No. You want to read this and figure out how to make it apply for you. Now, the cool thing is the people who are reading this for pleasure, they're not going to get the gems out of this. What they're going to do is they're just going to take a look at it and they're going, yeah, that's not for me. And they're going to skip this. There are some huge nuggets in here, okay? Chapter 15. 9 ways to get free leads from social media. Now, Ryan goes over ways to use a search engine, hashtags, ways to get people engaged. There's some pretty cool stuff in here. Be awesome for you no matter what industry you're in. Chapter 21 is business-to-business strategies, what you could do to get past the gatekeeper, the right terminology to use, how you can interact with people so you could go close more deals. Chapter 6, 9 ways to close sales using Instagram and business pages. It just goes on and on and on. Once again, I'm going to let you know that I could see a mistake made from a lot of people as they look at some of these titles and they go, well, it doesn't apply to me. Or they pick up the book and they want to go, well, I'm just going to read it for pleasure. So there's some core sales training in here, some stuff that comes from Chet Holmes, like the Dream 100. There is a really cool 7 to 7. I'm going to leave this like for you to take a look and read. But the 7 to 7 method to gain 93 interactions with people within a week, you got to pick up the book. I got to give you a cliffhanger somehow so you buy the book, right? I can't just give you all the information. So here's the thing. Ryan's a dude who's really doing it. He's really, he's the guy who's living up to these actions. So pick up the book, Social Media Millions, right? There, I'll give it to you again. Social Media Millions. You should own it if you're a salesperson, entrepreneur, or small business owner, or you want to learn how to do marketing the right way on social media. It's worth the $20 that you're going to spend. Well worth the $20 you're going to spend. Well, more than worth the $20 you're going to spend. So there you go. Now, if you could do a small favor for me, in the box down below, there is a subscribe button. Somewhere around there, click on the subscribe button, and what will happen is every time that a new video comes out, you'll get an update that says you should check out this video, which you should. That would be cool. Thanks for dropping by. We'll see you soon. Aloha.